We are living in very unpredictable and uncertain times. We are staying home and not doing our normal activities that we were used to. Our homes and families have become our world. We were used to leading very active lives, and for most of us, connecting with people socially was very important. With our restricted movements and more time available to pursue hobbies that we put on the back burner for years, now we have been able to adapt, reinvent, and repurpose our lives, and we are quite surprised that we are actually quite enjoying this time that we have to ourselves. It would be safe to say that we have found a new meaning.
My initial reservation to technology made me anxious.
Most of the people will tell you that I'm hyper all the time, never finding time for myself.
I wonder why I didn't try and organize my mother's recipes before now.
My parents' obsession with disinfecting has long been the subject of my family's jokes.
With medical school, time for arts and crafts is not possible.
Reading was never an option in my busy schedule.
Life at this time of crisis is restricted to very limited outdoor activities. Being an active person my entire life, this crisis made me think how I can keep myself engaged constructively. I saw this as an opportunity to take on a hobby that I always thought about but never made time for: reading. I now realize reading not only helps me in mental stimulation, but takes me through an exciting journey every time. And this is something that can go with me anywhere: my kitchen, my yard, or any place I choose.
Most importantly, it's my time.
Wait, what? I downloaded the latest version last night, and now you're telling me there's a new one today? I'm a middle school educator, and when this pandemic hit, I was saddened that I would not be able to see my students physically while teaching. But I soon learned that I was able to connect via video chat platforms like Google Meets. Yes! Got it! As time passed, I watched my students becoming empowered, which uplifted me. It's incredible how distant learning is actually bringing me closer to my students. I now realize that technology is actually a source of strength for me.
With the lockdown, I got the opportunity to pick up this craft that I always enjoyed. Crocheting acts as a mental and physical therapy, and there are so many beautiful things that are created in the process. It's a simple, flexible, and relaxing activity. There's always something new to learn to keep the activity novel and challenging. It gives me an inner peace, and the end results are manifestation of thoughtful expressions through heart and yarn. It's a magnificent adventure that opens door to your imagination. Creative possibilities are endless, and you can express yourself in many ways. Not only it's fun and addicting, it's also very rewarding. A gift that is handmade with love and care is not replaceable and can be saved as a memory forever.
We teased Mom about washing everything: bananas, clementines, and even raisins, almonds, cans, and bottles. And now, as an older adult trying to protect my family during a pandemic, I see myself doing the same. That's when I had an epiphany that Mom and Dad were ready for this pandemic long before there was even a hint of a coronavirus. They raised us with the right values of respecting our planet's resources. But as a young adult, balancing the stresses of family, home, job, I sacrificed those in favor of convenience. Many of their habits of reducing waste, reusing paper or aluminum foil, repurposing things like newspaper, and recycling, I misconstrued for frugality. But I find that I'm now just as frugal because of the logistical quagmire of shopping while navigating supply chain shortages during this pandemic. I recognize that their advice to eat an immunity-boosting diet, to get enough rest and exercise, treasure family time, and to enjoy a cup of tea are designed to build our body's defenses.
Every cloud has a silver lining, and this is true for many of us. One of the many things that I've learned from this lockdown is to give myself me time. I've learned to take 2 and sometimes 3 walks daily in my neighborhood. I used to walk before too, but how is this different from before? Before COVID-19, it was about walking to exercise. Now it's about walking and enjoying my walk. Sometimes listening to my music and simply appreciating the time and just being in a happy state. Sometimes doing a self-reflection, sometimes praying. During my walks, and this me time, as I like to call it, has also pushed me to revisit periods of times in my life that I may not have looked back at. It made me look into my journey in life, my childhood memories, college years, and first few years in the US, the adventures I've had to get here, the people who have made those adventures special and meaningful, and also the experiences I still want to have. It's during this time that I've realized how blessed and privileged my family and I are to be able to overcome this crisis. I have made an extra effort to pray for the underprivileged and most vulnerable who are being impacted the most, and how we can come together as a community.
During this COVID time, with the restriction of outdoor activities, I was finding ways to keep myself busy. While organizing my cabinets, I came across my mother's recipes, and I thought of organizing them. During this process, I decided to include recipes that I have tried from my other friends and family members. But now, how do I share this with someone outside of Kalamazoo was my other question. Therefore, I thought of an idea. I started saving all of these recipes online for easy access for my family and friends, but also to save it forever for the generations to follow with just one click.
I'm so glad I brought this change in my life, and I'm loving it.
I am so glad technology became a source of strength for me.
Can't tell you how much I'm loving this art.
Mom and Dad, even though you're no longer amongst us, you trained me to survive a pandemic. I finally recognize it.
I'm grateful for slowing down and taking time for intentional reflection.
I am so glad that I'm able to pass these recipes to my children and my grandchildren and to all of you.
This pandemic made us stay indoors and helped us turn inwards. It is said that true happiness lies within us, and we all search for it outside, but only when we start connecting to our inner being, we understand who we truly are. Every situation in life can be a reason for our unhappiness or an opportunity to understand ourselves better. We can choose to complain or turn it into transforming ourselves. Let's continue on this journey of self-discovery and realize our true happiness and dreams and spread this happiness all around.